Dolphins fan. Let's go! What is good, Fin Nation? The pitties work. Never doubt the pit. I mean, they might have taken the power out while I was down on my knees praying for a Jason Sanders field goal, but they work, baby. They work. Holy 9-6. We just witnessed a high-scoring baseball game. Unbelievable. That was unbelievable. I can't believe Jason Sanders is the one in the end that carries us with 3 field goals and 9 points to a 9-6 victory over the Jets. Unbelievable. Sorry, 11-6. I apologize. 11-6 because of what happened at the end. My bad. The safety at the end. Bro, unreal. Absolutely unbelievable for the first time since 2016. Man, ridiculous. Whew. Feels good, man. We're going to open it up to you guys in a second here. All I know is, man, we are going to the playoffs, and it's a good vibe, baby. Shout out to the Watchmen who said, here we go. Been watching and supporting the channel for a while now, and I'm ecstatic that we're all living this together. Let's go, fam. $99.99 donation with the $100 bomb. The Dolphins are playoff bound, baby. It's unreal, and it looks like we are going to be heading to Buffalo. And if Tua comes back the way we've played Buffalo this year, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Never thought we'd win a high-scoring baseball game, but here we are. 9-6. Did Jason Sanders save his job today? Did Jason Sanders save his job today? You gotta ask yourself that question. Unbelievably beautiful. Man, I'm sitting here life. Who would have thought winning a game 9-6 would feel so sweet, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Now, listen, Jay Glazer already let us know what the deal was just a week ago. If we go to the playoffs, Tua will be back. And it looks like we're going to the playoffs. So here we go. The next couple of days are going to be real interesting, because the last time we made the playoffs was 2016, and the last time we made the playoffs, we had to go in with a backup, and we got blown out by the Steelers. So let's hope Tua gets back there, because our only chance of winning this game is with Tua. TE says, Fins are wrecked, let's go. Never mind, Fins up. Fins are wrecked, says TE. Topher says, let's go with the $49.99 donation. The joy, baby. The joy right now. Woo! Oh, my God. We lost 5 weeks in a row, but who cares? We're in the playoffs. That the second season. This is what it feels like. Woo! Woo! Now let's go get a playoff W. Now let's go get a playoff W. It all depends, Dub. Listen, if Tua comes out and we lose the same circumstance we lost in Buffalo last time, 32-29, and it's evident that he was not the issue and he had played a good game, bro, bring on the Bills. Bring on the Bills. Go look at Tua's numbers this year against the Bills. The guy has like 110, 111 passer rating. Bring on the Bills. If this guy's healthy, bring on the Bills. I'm in. Anything can happen. Now, I don't think we're winning with Skylar Thompson. Don't get it twisted. But bring on the Bills with Tua. Please. Because if people forgot what the deal was, I mean, I can play it for all y'all. If you remember, let me see if I can find it. Let me locate it. Hold on a sec. Give me a second here. Let me locate it for y'all. I know I have it here. I don't think I deleted it. Give me a sec. Before we go here. Did I delete it? I don't know if I deleted it. Let me look. Give me a sec, guys. Because it was from like last week. I played it on my show. I just don't know if I kept it or if I deleted it. Usually I delete that kind of stuff. There's all that. Yeah, I think I deleted it. But if you go back, Jay Glazer, let me see if I think I deleted it. Jay Glazer said that he was hearing oh no, here it is. I got it. Okay, hold on. Let's play it. Take y'all back.
Hey, and on that note, let's talk about a quarterback that I think a lot of people thought we might see.
Gardner Minshew played last week. That's good philosophy. Hurts next week, but they just wanted to be extra cautious with him because of how well Gardner played.
All right, last week you broke the story that Washington might make a move at quarterback. They wound up doing that. The question is it Carson Wentz's job for good now?
I talked to Spark from you. So
Tagovailoa is out today. He suffered another out today. He's Miami. Tua Tagovailoa is out today. He suffered another.
So this is from last week.
The question now is what's his future?
So here's the deal. On Monday, when he was in film with Mike McDaniel started asking him, why are you making some of these decisions and some of these plays? And he couldn't remember some of these plays. So they got very concerned. They sent him obviously to the medical department to get further evaluation. But I know as far as Tua is concerned, there's people saying, well, is he ever going to play again? Is he going to play again this year? Tua does plan to play again this year if they make the playoffs. He would like to play this year if they make the playoffs.
If one more concussion caused him not to remember, he probably shouldn't. That sounds scary. All right. We'll get more.
So there you go. That was Jay Glazer telling all y'all right there that he was telling people if we make the playoffs, he's coming back. So, and that was right after. So they've been real quiet about it. They've been real vague about it. And I think, you're going to see him go through that concussion protocol. He's following the same timeline he followed basically almost 2 weeks. So last time he had, right? Out for the 2 weeks, then comes back for the third game. So there you go. I think he is going to be able to start. So it's going to be all about, how healthy he can stay, because remember, I think, everything starts next weekend, man, on Saturday. So we are like 6 days away. We are like 6 days away from the playoffs starting. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, man. It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. We basically got just a couple of days to figure out. Usually he wants to know by Wednesday who his starter is. Right? Because everything tonight, they'll release a schedule, won't they? I'm pretty sure tonight they'd release a schedule. Let me get this. Let me give a quick look-see here. I'm going to open it up to you guys in like 1 second. Dolphins playoff bound, baby. Playoff bound, baby. Let me see. Let me look at the usual suspects. Usually Barry or someone has. Mostert also with the thumb injury, it's going to be interesting to see because he's hurt too. Yeah, they don't even have it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. Let's hope they give us that Sunday slot, baby. As soon as we get the slot, I'll let y'all know up here. All right, let's get it open to y'all. 558 in the room. Smash that like button, subscribe if you are new. Let's bring all of y'all up. Shout out to War Dog Leader. Let's put all this QB talk aside for the moment. Remember one thing, Dolphins made the playoffs. Go, baby. Let's go. I agree. Saying this is about the playoffs now. All right, let's drop the link. Let's get y'all up here. Appreciate all of y'all for coming through already. Almost 600 of y'all in the comment section. Smash that like button, babies. Subscribe if you are new. Armstead will probably be back joint to joint. I think we're going to get some bodies back. This is obviously, I mean, even what's his face? Even Barry's saying they await clarity on Tua right now. So Mike, Russell, Pyro, Todd, Robert, what's going on, boys?
We're in.
Oh, fins up.
We're
It's been
in.
a minute since we've been here.
Entirely too long.
Last time we were in the playoffs, I wasn't married, man. I had no kids. Okay? Like, this is ridiculous.
Let's go, baby. J season. Let's get it.
Season.
Yeah,
Now,
What? Go ahead, Russell.
I was just gonna say I'm definitely with you. If we are stuck with Skylar for this game, there's no way in hell that we beat Buffalo. Tua coming back, it gives us a chance. That's for sure. But Mike McDaniel is going to have to coach a very good game, and they're going to be very sound.
Listen, Russell, we could have swept the Bills if we would have stuck to running the ball. Now, hopefully, Mike McDaniel has learned his lesson. I don't know. Maybe if I run.
Mostert's hurt, though, like he said. I mean, that's the thing. Mostert was really the driving force for that. Jeff Wilson was definitely a great compliment, but I feel like we kind of had to back off the run game a smidge because of losing him.
I think Ottman will be serviceable in that role. I think he's still pretty serviceable. Now, I'm not saying he's I'm not saying he's going to replace most of his production, but as a backup, I think he'll be suitable.
Martin.
Uh-oh.
Pyro's not even allowed to enjoy the playoffs because he's in a hole, right?
Out of his hole. He needs to stay in the hole. Down there and drop it to him.
Yep. Mama, I made it. What's going on, Martin? How was that for you? How was that?
It's time to replace the hole with
Skyler's my quarterback. Hey, man.
That's much better right there.
1 point, 2 points, 3 points. No matter how much we needed to get in, bro, we squeaked in there. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know if we should treat it as a bye week for Teron Armstead, Tua, or whomever else had to sit out this game to see us squeak into the playoffs. We're in the tournament, and I'm telling you right now, if there's any coach that can figure out something as far as a game plan or what have you, to get us ready for, you know what's gonna happen. To get us ready for it. That's what I'm really interested in seeing. You know, I'm torn. You know, I'm torn because I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to make the playoffs, but we're going up to Buffalo. That's what's gonna happen.
I
mean,
we knew that weeks ago though that we were gonna have to leave if we lost, or if we made it, we're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
We knew that a while ago.
Y'all see this picture? Y'all see this picture right here? Raheem and Tua.
Oh, that's awesome.
After the game, and let's go, baby.
Oh,
after
wow.
today's game,
it's the ball game. We're going to the playoffs, baby.
Is that from today?
That's from today. After the game. That's right after the game.
Oh, so he was in the building.
Wow.
I didn't think he was.
Yeah.
He's not on the sideline.
Yeah, he just wasn't on the sideline.
He's up in the suite saying, "Get me to the show, kids. Then I'll come down
there.
and get you the dub." That's what he's saying.
Looks like an album cover.
So I want to address this so people understand the
what's up, ball game?
What up?
Because there's
go back in your hole. Go back in your hole. Hell no. Go back in your hole.
I'm in the hole. I'm still in this hole. We ain't doing shit in the playoffs.
All right, let ball make his point.
Okay.
So here's the thing, right? So the goal every year is to extend your season in the NFL. And the first part of that process always starts with making the playoffs, right? To be a team that can actually get there, no matter how you did it, to get there consistently year in and year out, that's the goal, to be able to be a playoff team first and then take your chances against whoever they match you up against. I don't think across the board that anything that we've done up to this point warranted it, but I always say who other than us deserves to be there to some degree. You feel me? Because 8-3, right? And then this collapse, unfortunately, would have derailed most people. But you know what I'm saying? I saw flashes of these guys out to the day, like they didn't believe at points. But then towards the end of the game, when it was getting close, I saw something that kind of revitalized my hope for this squad, which is they played for each other. And they didn't allow the situation that they were in to push them to do the things that had basically plagued us previously before, the penalties and all that stuff. And they fought through some stuff. Now, Skyler wasn't his best, let's be honest. But I think the goal, they met the goal of win this game, and then hopefully we get Uno back, and then we take our chances against Bills. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not afraid of Buffalo anymore. So
I ain't either, man.
Nope. Yeah. Their armor's definitely chinked.
I'm not afraid of Buffalo. I'm afraid of the NFL.
I want to read this. Can I read this?
I'm afraid of
Can I just read
Vegas.
this?
I'm afraid of the
Let me read
Reds.
this. Let me read this. Right now, I just want y'all to know right now. Tua, right now, this year, he has a 62.5 completion percentage. He's thrown for 420 yards, averaging 8.8 yards per pass, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's only been sacked 3 times and has a passer rating of 111.5 against Buffalo this year.
And that's the key right there, because when the Dolphins played Buffalo the 2 times, Miami was moving the ball. They were being very consistent. They were fluid, going up and down the field. We can run on Buffalo. Yeah, you know, if we can get the running, we can get the running game, if Mostert is okay, and obviously what happened at the end of the game is a concern. If Jess Wilson gets going, we can actually run it. It's just we're gonna have to play more of a consistent style offense where we're going to have the ball a long time, sustainable drive.
Like what you saw today.
Like we saw today, absolutely. Mm-hmm. If we utilize that and limit the amount of time that JA-17 and them boys get, we could walk out of Buffalo with a monster victory off to the AFC divisional playoffs and then let the chips fall where they may. So,
bro, I applaud you. I applaud you for saying JA-17 when that's the same effort as saying Josh Allen, bro. So, no, dude. I think the key. Listen. I think we did enough. First of all, 29 points in Buffalo on the road on those conditions a couple weeks ago should have been enough to win the game. I said this before. I'll say it again. situationally, our coaching staff let us down offensively and defensively in that game. Right. 3rd and 17, Agreed. You got everyone playing to the sticks. What are you saying? And then you saw today they converted a 3rd down in the first half. Why? Everyone played to the sticks, man.
Again.
Like, we should have beat Buffalo if the situational play calling was better from Boyer and McDaniel. We had that game in the bag, I believe.
Yeah,
I really believe that in their house.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all, man? Fins up. I appreciate you having me on. I listen to you guys a lot, but I don't hop on here, but appreciate your reason for letting me hop on every so often. Nah, man, it's a positive day in Fins Nation, man. We got to admit, even though the last 5 weeks were hideous, just take this win the tournament, right? NFL is about the tournament, right? It's about getting into the tournament because any given Sunday is a real thing. We've seen all year that all you got to do is get into one game scenario and anybody has a chance. And like everyone said, we ain't scared of Buffalo anymore. There's a chance, but all we know, everyone's waiting on this injury report on Uno. So
and Armstead. Armstead. Boys, if we can get both, listen, even if we're going with Teddy or Skyler, do I think we were going to win? Probably not, but I like it better if Armstead's out there. Especially after what we saw today, our offensive line late in the game started letting Skyler down a little bit, right?
Yep.
And so Gene says, hey, Reason, I know probably too early to tell, but anyone on Tua, Will, and Armstead, man, I played the Jay Glazer report. All I'm going to say is the reason why I keep playing that report is because Jay Glazer is as plugged in as anyone. And he's not a NFL shill. So if he says last weekend he's hearing that Tua wants to play if we make the playoffs, man, I think they're going to advance him through concussion protocol. Watch.
Hey, do you guys truly think that Tua has a say as far as how adamant, if he comes in adamant as hell, do you think that we know how we don't know the real deal behind the scenes, but do you think things get moved around if he's so adamant that he's healthy and just pushing medical, pushing this? Do you think that the behind the scenes stuff starts moving in that direction?
Yeah, because the doctors only have his word to go off of.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a head injury. It's not something where a X-ray or something like that's going to tell you, right? All you have is his word. You got to trust the player. G Firm says, big ups to Mike for 4th and 5. Which one, bro? He missed one and he made one.
Cater Cove this game, man.
Oh, that guy stole my heart, bro. He was great, and then he almost took that penalty. My boy Sam Howell cooking, by the way, right now. Just saying. I don't know if anyone's watching the Commanders game, but my boy Sam Howell cooking right now against Dallas.
I was going to stay on the positive thing with y'all until we start critiquing our team. I want to stay positive, but if we start to get into some dialogue about what we think about our team, I don't want to be negative on here while everyone else is on a high. So
yeah,
I mean, listen, there's always going to be tons of things
stuff you can improve, right? Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I mean,
but I get it, man. Let's celebrate this win. Let's bask in this playoff berth. You know what I mean? I get it.
I know it was out of chance, but what do y'all think about just Robert Hunt moving forward, at right tackle?
Martin
beyond this season.
We're not
moving him.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Martin put me on to because I didn't know he was a free agent until yesterday. Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. And like I've been saying, if you're going to draft a guy, Darnell Wright out of Tennessee, 2nd round. Boom. Solid.
Do we have a 2nd round pick next year?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We do.
Darnell Wright, Tennessee. Best natural right tackle in the draft.
We only have one, right?
Remember, I kept telling y'all for 2 years, draft Abraham Lucas. Y'all seen Abraham Lucas this year in Seattle? My God. Oh.
Honestly, outside of the New York Jets, the Seattle Seahawks have one of the best rookie classes in this NFL right now.
Line, Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, and they already added Damian Williams from LSU a few years before that. They're rebuilding the whole offensive line. It's good out there, man.
I mean, they got Cross, they got Abraham Lucas, they got Kenneth Walker III at running back, they got that cornerback that's literally leading the league in picks. I forget his name.
Tariq Woolen.
Right, Woolen. Yeah. They got some really solid draft.
He was the fastest DB in the combine, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, but to answer your question, I would not put Robert Hunt at right tackle because he does not have the wherewithal to handle any type of pass rush moves or whatever one-on-one with an athletic edge rusher. But if you bring in a Mike McGlinchey, like I mentioned the reason, and then you fit him in between a center that we can potentially get
legit
this offseason as
Connor
well.
back to left guard.
I would move Connor right back to left guard because clearly his snapping is just it is what it is, bro. We can't fix that. What I'm saying is you can keep Robert Hunt at right guard. And I think just by osmosis,
because the guy who was telling us we should have traded for earlier this season when he was a backup. Tell him who you suggested, and it was the same name I was throwing out to these people because me and Martin think alike. Go ahead, Martin. Tell him who you suggested.
Bradley Bozeman, but Bradley Bozeman in particular, because if people can recall, he played center at Alabama during Tua's freshman year national championship game, and that in itself,
it'll be cheap,
and it'll be cheap. That in itself kind of reemphasizes a reform, and it helps everything else even out. You know, as far as right place,
Robert
right
Hunt's
time.
the only young guy on the line. Robert Hunt's the only young up on the line. Whatever you want to do with Liam Eichenberg, you want to put him at right end guard, right end of the bench, guarding the Gatorade. Whatever you want to do, I don't care. Have them as sweet guys, him and Jackson. If Greer doesn't walk out of the building, if he's still here, and I'm gonna tell you this right now: if you were to get Bradley Bozeman and Mike McGlinchey, do you know how many problems would be solved?
Immediately, right. The snap problem is alleviated. The ring around the Rosie lineup is alleviated. Everybody will be at the rightful spot on the offensive line, and then that's when you start building and gelling game by game until everybody has perfected their assignments, and then now you have an offense. But right now, we're just playing football.
About it, bro. Let's go.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Look,
we're good.
Me and you just solved the offensive line for under $25 million.
Basically, right.
We just solved it for under $25 million.
And obviously there's
this offseason with restructures and all this stuff.
Exactly. I was gonna just say that.
Yeah.
Restructuring is gonna be a key. Trading is gonna be a key, and releasing certain players that just don't serve a purpose is gonna be a key.
You can play with your draft picks a little bit more. Because now you don't got to go for a premium right tackle or try and find a center or a left guard. You don't got to play that game no more. That's solved. Now you can get one of the running backs me and you like in the 3rd or 4th round, and we're rolling, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Because those draft picks will be more in the necessity for depth. Because you'll have all your starters, you'll have all your horses aligned, and
BPA.
And basically, all we would be doing is either building up, for future drafts, or so those guys that we don't.
If we got McGlinchey and we got Bozeman buddy, give me the top linebacker that's there. I know Trent Simpson is going to be sliding there, but there are some interior linebackers that are going to be sitting right there at that pick. That could change this defense, man.
I love Owen Papo from Auburn, and I love Jack. What's the name from Iowa?
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell from Iowa.
Stud, buddy. Stud. Jack Campbell's gonna probably be sitting right there on that pick, man.
I think so.
I have a quick question for you three. So my only concern right now,
and if Noah Sewell's there, anyways, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you guys make of Tua's health concerns at this point? Like the 2 concussions in a year is problematic. Is that clean up by next year? Or I don't think we can address it. But
to be honest,
I'm a believer that the main issue why Tua consistently keeps falling into the category of can he stay healthy is based off of 2 primary issues. One, he's not reading the defense as quick as he needs to. He always is unsure of himself as far as which read to go to. Once he exercises that perfected playbook, once he goes into the off season and immerses himself in the soil of this playbook, and he has full command of it, that's when he eliminates one thing.
Martin, hold on a sec. I want people to realize something right now. Okay, we saw what we saw in those first 12, 11 weeks, okay? We saw an MVP caliber quarterback, okay? And that was in his first year in this offense, okay? If he can stay healthy, he has the potential in the NFL level being in the same offense for the second year for the first time in his career, and you saw what you saw in the first 12 weeks, what would you see in year 2?
Let me tell you.
Right.
Let me tell you. Let me give you my opinion.
He's got to get a better
and it's real
backup
simple.
plan.
It's real simple. Tua is plagued with the thought process and mind processing of I gotta push myself and be better than what everybody else is saying. And instead of him being smart and throwing the ball away, he's always trying to extend the play.
Yeah.
If he kills that, he kills the injuries, because all of the injuries that he sustained were with him still holding on to the ball and getting taken down. So,
They were in
and
his
like
power.
what Martin was talking about with him forcing stuff, you see, and Balgan kind of touched on the beginning of what he said. When he feels like he's got to force the rhythm or force the play, that's when you see him locking in on the first progression or maybe moving to the second progression, and that's as far as he'll go. When his feet are in rhythm, when he's feeling it, when he's comfort, you'll see his head on the swivel. The all-22 is out there. He will go through 1, 2, 3, come back to 1, make the throw. We've seen it, but it's when he feels like when the offense doesn't get into a rhythm, because a rhythm timing quarterback is going to start forcing the rhythm, and that's what when he reverts back to the habits we don't like is when you can see him starting to force the rhythm or force the play in the offense instead of, what do I always tell you? Let the game come to you. When you let the game come to you at that position is when everything starts. You start feeling comfortable. You start just let the game come to you. Don't force the game. Let it come to you.
And also Tua, and that's number one. And number two for Tua too, right? To eliminate that.
That's a young kid too, right? Young kids do that a lot, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he has to mature into the position like very soon. But it also to avoid these injuries, Tua just has to learn how to fall. He has to learn how to brace himself. It's literally just being an athlete.
You know what?
No different than playing basketball, baseball, whatever.
I'm not even lying. Go to your local skate parks and go hang out with the best skaters you can find. There is an art. Like, there is the punk scene was huge up here while I was in my teens and stuff. So skateboarding was everywhere. Bro, there is an art to falling, man. Like any good skateboarder will tell you, there is an art. That's why they wear no pads, because there's an art to actually falling. That's all they need. He needs to go learn how to fall. That's it.
Right. If he figures that out, he'll be fine.
When he smacked his head, what people need to realize, when he smacked his head the last time, if you actually watch it, what was he doing? He turned his body to protect because he was going to fall on his throwing arm. So he had the awareness enough to turn his body so he wouldn't land on his throwing arm. But by doing that, he didn't brace himself and he slammed his head back. Yeah.
I was just gonna add, and the interceptions came after that hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna add really quick. I know it's a Tua question about how he thinks moving forward. I hope GMing in the NFL actually changes, not only because of our team as far as Dolphins fans, but injuries across the NFL to the QB position have been clear.
Did you see that stat, bro?
What they gonna do?
Dom, did you see that stat where 11 teams?
I have it.
You didn't. Well, during the game, they showed that I think 11 teams have been to 2 or 3 quarterbacks, and they all have losing records.
Right.
Perfect. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. Now, forget about the narrative. Forget about putting pressure on who the starter is. Right. I'm hoping this league goes to drafting more quarterbacks for this excuse. So now we can have better play overall of drafting QBs high, even if you have a starter in place. I hope these teams just say, because GMs won't do it. They'll say they're going to draft the best player available. But let's face it, if you have a clear starter like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, just like the Packers, right? The Packers got crucified for doing that, right? But now it should just be like, nah, if there's a quarterback, you draft him, because now that the NFL has been injured with at that position, there's now they're not Chris Greer. If he drafts a quarterback high next year, would y'all be mad and say, oh, he's trying to create competition to take over Tua?
So you need competition. Competition at the position anyway.
And I agree. Balgan is right, but we also have proven that Look at the money we spent on Bridgewater and Brissett, and the only win we got was Tyrod Taylor, the Dolphin killer, took his worst career game against us. Other than that, we can't buy a win. See, that's the problem. We've gone through multiple regimes now, and we can't buy a win without Tua. Look at Flores' record without Tua. Go look at McDaniel's record without Tua. That's a consistent theme. So listen, if they're going to draft a quarterback, I don't think they will, because I think they're going to continue the Skyler development. I think the only hope of bringing in a Brady or one of those guys was going to be if they moved off of McDaniel. Now, could they maybe bring in a Brady even if McDaniel stays? Sure, but I think McDaniel's going to walk in. They're going to see what they did in the first 12 weeks, the MVP talks. Listen, did you know that after yesterday, Patrick Mahomes finished with a 105.1 passer rating this season, and Tua's finished with the highest passer rating in the NFL, and it took those 4 bad games, and well, weren't really all his fault, but like the San Francisco bad game and the bad fourth quarter against the Packers to bring him down to a 105.5. So I think McDaniel's going to walk in and say, listen, as long as this guy stays healthy, we are a legitimate contender this year, and then here's our plan. If he doesn't stay healthy, we're going to bring in. I think they're either going to continue developing Skyler. Man, you don't want to hear something crazy, bro? Spend a little bit of money and go see if you can get Derek Carr to bring in as competition. If Tua beats him out, and you got Derek Carr for 1 year if Tua goes down.
I think he's going to
so
the
the
Jets,
better teams, clearly watch the film.
You think Derek Carr is there?
No, I don't think we're not going to have enough money to Derek. I think like the Colts are going to throw money at him and stuff.
Oh,
I'd watch the Jet. I don't know, man. The Jets, like, unless they fire Salah, I don't know, bro. They came out and said that they're sticking with Zach Wilson.
Well, he can still be a backup. They're sticking with him.
But they said through hell and high water, he's going to be their starter next year, is what they said. And I think the guy they're going to make the play for isn't Derek Carr. I think they're going to try and make a play for Lamar Jackson. And Lamar, from what I've been told privately, Lamar isn't too keen on wanting to play in the with the New York media.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they need to address in the offseason, and I've seen it done before, and Peyton did it, was getting with Rydell or shut whoever's making those helmets, and then get one specifically for Tua.
The Kenny Pickett helmet.
That too.
Yeah.
That
No,
too.
have you seen Kenny Pickett's helmet?
No.
Have you seen Kenny Pickett's helmet? Let me see if I can find a picture of it. They changed his helmet during the season after those 2 concussions, and he hasn't had an issue since.
Right.
I'll show you how big it is. Yo, they need to go find. Who's the guy who's making all those? Who's the guy who's making all those big hats?
Conditioning staff?
You need to find the guy who's making all those big hats and get him to make the helmet, bro.
Rydell, they have a specialty. My son Isaiah, after he had his second concussion, we went to Rydell and got his helmet done. So, and he stopped.
Yeah, it's a Revo. This is a Revolution.
Revo. Yeah,
it's a Revo helmet.
That's the one Isaiah got too.
Yeah,
they just changed the face mask.
Yeah,
What?
apparently they were
Changed
talking
the
about
face
getting
mask.
like a
He changed the face. Yeah, he changed. He has a visor now too, eh? Kenny Pickett has a visor. He changed the helmet and he put a visor on too.
And I think they were saying for Tua, they were giving it like a Patrick Mahomes style helmet for the playoffs. So
they're changing up if they change up the helmet matters a lot, because you factor in, right, like most teams. Most of the teams, if the guys don't request them, they just give them the standard ones, and then the guys go and take the padding and do whatever they need to do to it. But you can get the help. They can go in, take a shot of your head, and all of the key areas that have been affected previously before, because they can dial that in too, and they can reinforce the helmets reinforce the padding inside the helmet in those areas, and nobody ever knows the difference. All they do is basically thin out the lining of the helmet just a little bit more, and then add more padding to those areas. But it's well worth it. It's well worth it's well worth the investment, especially when you talk about head injuries. So.
Well, and when you get hit every play of the game, why the hell?
Check this out, yo, check this out. Check this out, ball game.
Yeah.
Okay. So he went from the Riddle Speed Flex.
Okay.
To the Riddle
helmet. To
the True Fit. Yo, whoever's got TV in the background.
Martin.
He went from that to the Riddle True Fit Axiom. It's AXIOM. I've never seen it.
Axiom.
Yeah, it's a cutting-edge helmet that's made of a combination of flex panels that interact and work together with internal liners and face protection system to improve the. Check this out. The helmet is also 3D fit to the player's head, so a customized factory-installed performance liner system can offer a personalized fit with pads for various thickness, shapes, and contours.
Yep.
The doctors are who suggested it.
My son's helmet was $700.
Yeah,
I paid $700 for Isaiah's helmet.
Worth it, bro.
Yep.
It's worth it, dog. I'll send them the $700 for Tua right now.
Spend $500,000 on your helmet. I don't care.
Yeah.
Protect that guy's head.
It won't cost you that
But
much,
I do, but to Dom's or whoever asked that question, you're gonna need a contingency plan that's clearly better than Brissett and Bridgewater. Now,
go ahead.
If Skylar takes the leap this offseason into a viable, legitimate number 2, then roll with that. But if he continues to be in the slow progress, then he's got to continue to be developed as your number 3 guy until he can earn the 2.
And the crazy, I'm gonna be done with the helmet thing here, but then it even got it so much they have chips inside of them that you can read the stats off of the helmet.
Yeah, like the impact force and all that stuff.
Yeah, they need to get scientific with Tua. Like figure out what.
I used to look
they
at
need to get
pull up
scientific
Isaiah's.
with Tua. I love it.
Every time he made a tackle, I would pull it up on my phone and wait for.
Look, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
bro, I was literally on my knees and I unplugged all my shit. That was ridiculous.
Pitch yourself.
I'm happy to see it.
I'll say this, guys. Now I know everybody's saying, "Oh, about Saturday or Sunday?" There's a Monday night game for the first time ever. There's a Monday night game. Why not that?
Tease me.
Buffalo.
I was already thinking that anyway.
Time Monday Night Football in the playoffs. Come on. I mean, it works itself out.
Let's talk about the real issue, though. I know Dom don't want to talk about some issues here. We got to talk about an issue, though, because especially now that we're going to the playoffs, is this going to be an issue, boys? Like, you got to let me know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think
is that Bird Toast?
Yes. Yes, he is an issue.
The injuries, man. It's the injuries. The injuries have now come back, bro, to haunt him, bro.
Y'all remember that?
I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing that is affecting him, the individual player, right now is the fact that that guy that was on the opposite side of him is no longer there, and he does not have the ability to freelance like he used to. Exactly. Now he is actually forced to actually do things that corners do, which is backpedal, turn, locate the ball, locate the receiver, as opposed to freelancing. Which Jones, I try to tell people, Jones was clearly taking a whole side of the field away, and X was able to freelance because he was taking the number 2 guy. Jones was taking the number 1 guy in all of those games previously that he was able to get all those statistics. And now that we don't have that guy over there, he's getting exposed. And unfortunately, at damn near 30 years of age, Father Time has caught up to him.
Yo, hey, y'all remember that?
That's what's happened.
Y'all remember that corner we got from Seattle? I can't remember.
Maxwell. Byron Maxwell.
Yes. Hey, bro, he's Byron Maxwell, bro. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yo, so hold on. Can I ask y'all, because you were watching, what happened? I went from cheering when we made the field goal. Like, what happened? Like, everything
just went out. Yeah, everything.
You was just down.
Martin hits me up laughing at me. Perfect. I'm like, God damn.
This was the last picture we all saw him.
Watch Mr. Says, tell him to send me the bill for whatever fucking helmet y'all want. Let's go. Watch Mr. Good.
And Reedy, you mentioned the best contingency plan, considering that we're signing guys.
Check the private chat real quick.
We're signing players like Jacoby Brissett and Teddy Bridgewater that you can't buy a win from. But
it was right there. Right there, bro.
But if you have a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And people might not like this take, but Jimmy Garoppolo with this system, because he's familiar with it, right? He's familiar with verbiage. He's familiar with scheme. If you bring in a Jimmy Garoppolo, who I think is going to move on from the 49ers, and you put him in a quarterback room with Tua and Skylar, I think that creates enough of a quarterback competition to see if Tua can get over that hump and really, start being a pro's pro. I'm ready to see that. Yeah, bro, it was frozen right there. It was frozen right there, bro.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, what is if Tua can't go, what does Fitzy want for one game, baby?
That's
one
it.
game in Buffalo, Fitzy. What do you need?
Yeah,
sling it, kid.
I'll say this. I actually agree with your take there about the Jimmy G. because like you said, system quarterback, knows the Mike McDaniel's offense. I mean, heck, that offense got him all the way to the Super Bowl one year. So I mean, and we can get him on a cheap. So why not take a flyer on Jimmy G? I don't mind it.
Or they can keep Jimmy G and send us Trey Lance, because he's a bust. I mean, let's be real.
Nah, we don't need no Trey.
The problem with Jimmy G, and people aren't gonna like this one, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I'm down if he's a backup, whatever. But the problem with Jimmy G is you got to take stuff out of the playbook.
Yep.
That's completely fair because we have to take stuff out of the playbook for our quarterbacks now.
Well, dude,
but at least he can operate the offense. When
I was told, when the rumors or when the Jimmy G rumors were in the offseason, I was told by someone in the fucking building, no, we are not trading for Jimmy G because the way we have set up this offensive playbook, we're doing stuff in Atlanta that we couldn't do in San Francisco because of Jimmy G's limitations. That's why from the offseason, I was telling y'all, stop thinking Jimmy G and start thinking Matt Ryan. And then what I did when we were 12 weeks in on that bye week, I did that show on Saturday, and I literally showed you that Matt Ryan and Tua were on the exact same pace. Tua was gonna finish with 25 yards less than Matt Ryan's MVP season, but he's gonna finish with a couple more touchdowns. They're on the exact same pace because Jimmy G limits what McDaniel wants to do. Now he could bring him in because he can trust him to do all the other things. You know what I mean? So I'd be fine with it.
Reed, did you set your screen up to be glitching like that?
Gardner all day. What?
Did you set your screen up to be glitching like that? It's going off and on as far as a freeze frame and then the actual live video cam. Did you do that? Does anybody else see that?
No.
Okay, now it stopped.
I think it's
okay.
Internet connection. That's what it is.
You gotta put the liquor down, bud. We made the playoffs.
I'm telling you exactly what I'm seeing on my screen. Freezing.
That's internet issues. I know what you're talking about. It's
how much longer is Jordan Love and Green Bay, guys?
That might be from your end because I think it's everybody. I see everybody clear. No.
Nah,
I'm looking pretty.
I see that now.
Glasses, bro. So I'm good.
All right. Well, we made the freaking playoffs. I'm shocked.
Right. We are 1 out of 14, man. We squeezed in there, man.
Holy.
My blood pressure was through the roof that entire
Bro,
game.
you watching my boy Sammy Howell?
He doing work.
But he just threw a pass interference flag. Love it. Up 7-0 on Dallas. Threw a touchdown to was it John Dotson earlier?
Oh,
Eagles.
So it's
Eagles
14.
are up 10-0 on Eagles are up 10-0 on New York, but on the Giants, by the way. But
who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, they're trying to get the 1 seed.
So wait, it's 14-0 risk.
10-0 Eagles over the Giants.
Yo, I know y'all
no,
like
I'm talking
this.
about Washington.
Check this out. This is for you, Martin, because I know you'll laugh your face off when you see this. The Florida boys in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
T-Law. With the grill.
Oh, wow.
Oh, baby, let's go.
This is the best.
Why they trying this, man? Why they trying this like that?
That's funny.
They got to a cheesing with straight gold. Hey, wouldn't it be crazy if you would see Tua like that, man? With nothing but goals in his mouth, hey, let's win this game in this shit.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious, bro.
It's the year of the Florida man, baby. Let's go.
It's been a good week for Florida. I'll give them that.
Bro, it's the first time since 1999. It's the first time since 1999 that all three Florida teams made the playoffs.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. I like the
2 decades ago, man.
I like them fight. I like them feisty ass Jaguars though.
So do I, bro.
I wish we played as inspired as that group plays. Them dudes be out there getting at it, man.
Honestly, I know everyone's gonna say Dabble. I know everyone's gonna say Dabble, but Doug Peterson deserves to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year, man.
Yeah. Honestly,
maybe.
He was actually.
And wait till they get Calvin Ridley next year. Wait till they get Calvin Ridley next year.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence has taken a step in his
he
progression as a player.
Exactly. And what did it take? Looked like a shit show under bad coaching and with bad personnel. They've upgraded the personnel, upgraded the coaching, and voila.
So one thing we got
Who does that remind you of?
One thing for certain. fucking what that boy name was, Urban Meyer. He drafted his ass off because a lot of them a lot of those players are players that he drafted. So he did do
Griffin
that.
Got the answer. Boys, Griffin got the answer. Bring Matt Ryan in as the backup quarterback.
Okay.
He's not the same player. No way. No way.
But he's a professional. He's a professional. And he knows the system.
And he knows this. He's been an MVP in this system, bro. Bro, I'm only leaning on you for 1 or 2 games. I'm not signing it and hoping I'm leaning on you for 5 or 6, bro.
Yeah, and I think that'll actually be a benefit to have a player like that in your quarterback room.
You don't give 2 of the 5th year. They're not going to give 2 of the 5th year. They're going to say stay healthy, get us back to the playoffs. Blah 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 blah.
No,
guys, I think the lesson is learned though, man. The most important thing is environment, right? Look at what happens when Brian Flores, God bless him as a coach, but as far as his overall interpersonal skills and uplifting players, he didn't have that as a notch in his belt. But Mike McDaniel comes in and the environment kind of shifts, and now out the gate we're talking about 3-0, and then obviously we go on another win streak. That's a part of the environment. Now, obviously, the slide is a slide, but the environment changed. If you bring in Matt Ryan as a quarterback who has that type of accolade and tenure, and he's coming off of a season where he struggled, he's going to be motivated if he wants to come back instead of retiring, to come back into a situation where he does not have to be the guy, but he can be more of a mentor. And I think that's what Tua's been needing for the longest time. Fitzpatrick wasn't that guy. Jacoby wasn't that guy. And Teddy's not really that guy when it comes to the overall how you approach this game at an all-pro level. I think that would be a benefit if we were to go and get a Matt Ryan and put him in that quarterback room, this offseason.
Okay, but listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing for me, right? At this point, right, I'm okay with Mike coming in and changing the culture and guys feeling upbeat and things of that nature. But what we didn't see was somebody fucking snatching a knot in their ass when shit got tough and they fucking had opportunities to freaking play disciplined and be tough when they needed to be tough. Whatever those padded practices are, however many number there are that they get, they need to start utilizing them shits. Because at this point right now, football is still a violent physical sport, and we are not at any point violent anywhere but up there in the trenches. Everybody else is fucking baby poop soft. And I'm sorry, that's not going to get it. That's not going to get it. So he's got to either bring in somebody, that has that dog in him, that is willing to stand in front of these guys that they can respect, and they say, you know what, this guy did it. I respect it because he did it at that level. And then inject that into them because they're so young, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the oldest dude on the defense is John Jenkins. He ain't even out there half the time. And the second oldest guy is a guy that we just put on put his face on a piece of burnt toast. So
I mean,
it's young guys. It's young guys at this point that need a leader, and you're not gonna get it on the field. So you might as well bring in a defensive coordinator or someone that's gonna hold these fuckers accountable and put some toughness back into this defense because they've regressed for 2 straight seasons.
You saying
that is just unacceptable.
If I could, I wanted to say something real quick.
Hold on, guys. I want to get Baller's opinion on this. So who you're looking for as a replacement, Baller?
I don't give a fuck if you go get Bobby Boucher, bro. Just somebody. Somebody. Yeah. Well, if he he'll make the playoffs. So chances are he might get another shot. So he's off the table. But I go get a Fangio because I know he's a dog.
Yeah.
I know he ain't gonna stand around. Yeah, Raheem Moore too. Because I know that those dudes ain't gonna stand around. Those dudes ain't gonna stand around. They gonna say. They'll give you the head nod, but they ain't going to be freaking running over, patting you on your back and telling you that your shit is fucking better than fucking
Robert King's got a good point. What if Smith gets fired?
Bring him in, too. Look at D'Amico Ryan in San Francisco. Like, come on, bro. You got to have a dog. Your defense cannot be led by a kumbaya motherfucker. I'm sorry. That ain't going to happen.
D'Amico Ryan ball game?
That's true.
Huh?
Who's D'Amico Ryan?
D'Amico Ryan used to play for the Texans. Now he's a freaking defensive coordinator for the 49ers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1 defense in the league.
He's going to be a hot coaching
attitude, man.
Right.
Attitude.
He might be up for a head coach.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
He was being rumored last offseason, but he wanted to stay in San Fran for another year.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know why, because he didn't want Kyle to lose him and Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Mike got to go out. He got to go out and beat the streets, man, and find somebody willing to come in and get this group because they're so young, though. Still, Christian Wilkins, for Christian Wilkins to be out there setting the freaking record in the NFL for the most tackles ever in a season by a defensive tackle, bro.
96.
My goodness.
96 linemen.
Yes, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's.
Can you imagine the level
Wilkins
of
is that dog on that defense.
So wait, but there was a whole bunch of people that were dogging him last year, talking about, this guy, and I said, just give him some time. He gonna show up and show out.
Yeah, Christian Wilkins is how a player used to be developed.
Yeah,
not like people like.
Wow, good point. That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, ball game said it. Give him a third year.
Yo, my wife's like, sorry, because I guess the kids, they're cooking something or baking something, and they kept setting the alarm off upstairs. She's like, sorry. I'm like, babe, unless you're gonna come down here and pull out a 50 caliber and blow my brains out, you can do whatever you want right now. You don't have to apologize. We made the playoffs.
Yeah, we made
all right.
Speaking of making the playoffs, reason I wanted to salute Jason Sanders. Jason Sanders probably saved his job with that one kick. By the way, I really do. Number 2.
He still needs a lot of off season. For the love of God, that guy needs a confidence.
This
coach.
Defense actually played fairly well in this game.
All we gotta do is send him. All we gotta do is send him.
Jalen Phillips played a hell of a game too.
He did.
Hey, and we got to admit this, y'all. Garrett Wilson is gonna be a problem. Garrett Wilson is gonna be a problem.
He's a beast too.
I knew that when he left Ohio State. I knew that when he left Ohio State.
Oh yeah. Did you see Olave today?
Olave.
Nah, I didn't see Olave.
Yo, look at Olave and Wilson. Jackson Smith this year. Marvin Harrison Jr. is arguably the best receiver in the world right now.
You know what's the number one thing about all that? Our boy Brian Hartline, our former Dolphins wide receiver. He's now the wide receivers coach at Ohio State. He's been there for the last 5-6 years, and he's getting them ready. He's getting them all ready for the league. Look,
he was shit on
Garrett's the truth.
Did Kama actually do anything?
Garrett Wilson is the truth,
one
bro.
catch.
Yeah, that kid is very savvy.
Veteran stuff. See how he got away with that OPI. He made it look like X ran through him to the
that push off.
Over pursued.
Yeah.
Made it look like X over pursued.
That was very veteran. That was very veteran.
You best believe that Hartline is teaching them boys all the tricks of the trade. He taught them all. Because when you watch like that CJ Stroud in that game that they played. A lot of it's
everybody was open.
Yes.
Everybody was open, bro.
They route run their asses off.
Bad decision by Howell, man. Ooh.
Well, he threw it.
Yeah, that was not a good
he
throw.
threw it into triple coverage, and he had a guy underneath, and he was making all the right throws up until that point. Just a bad decision.
And I got to say,
he didn't see the underneath.
You called it at the beginning of the season when you said that Tyreek was going to go over 1,600 yards and Jalen Waddle was going to go over 1,200.
I said over 2,500, didn't I?
Yeah, but reason coach Jason Sanders.
Yes.
I also said Jason Sanders would miss in the playoffs. I didn't say in the regular season. So we still got the first round for the Jason Sanders.
I still can't believe he made that kick.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Florida-born Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best wide receiver not in the NFL right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
And he's not even eligible this year. He is
I don't care who we have a wide receiver.
He comes out. Boy, a sophomore.
Can you imagine?
Come out to next year. He's a sophomore.
Right.
Bro, if I was a team rebuilding, I'd be looking for 2 top 10 picks. Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All y'all wanted to move off for a quarterback this year. No. Give me Tua for one more year, and if we can't rely on him and you don't want to extend him, move heaven and earth for Caleb Williams in 2 years. That's what you do. Thank you very much.
Marvin Harrison Jr. What happened?
What?
I was gonna say Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, can you imagine growing up underneath a Hall of Fame father and then committing to a university?
You look like you're going to be better than your father.
Right. I mean, This kid might be the next best like out the box ready wide receiver that's gonna bust the league open, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
I think he's gonna be better than Jamar Chase.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so. I think
he's gonna be Justin Jefferson level, bro. This kid's gonna be Justin Jefferson level, dude. Might even be better than Jefferson.
And he's doing it with.
I know. Buddy, out of Jacksonville, out of Ohio State alone, they got Jackson Smith coming out this year. Watch that kid. That kid's ridiculous.
Ohio State is wide receiver you.
Yeah, right now they are.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. I think so, man.
Thank you, Brian Hartline, huh? Thank you, Brian Hartline.
Exactly.
Hey, Notre Dame is tighter than you because Michael Myers looks like a freaking stud too, man.
Michael Myers is gonna be a first-round pick, and that guy's gonna be a top 20 pick, bro. Look at Randy Harrison is 6'4", 210 with his dad's skills. It's ridiculous, bro.
That's scary. That's scary, bro.
So scary, man.
Hey, you know who might be the best comparison for him, and y'all might not agree with this, but he might be like no. He might be the professional version of Martavis Bryant when he was with the Steelers. People forget how good that dude actually was before he kept getting into legal issues with drugs and just off the field issues. He was emerging as the best receiver while Antonio Brown was still there, but he kept falling into the same trap. He reminds me of that same height, weight, skill, as far as how effortless he looks when he runs routes and when he catches the football. If he gets into the league, that's who I can clearly see him being out the gate. You know what I mean? Like that type of wide receiver. But he looks awesome so far.
Yeah, he looks stud, man.
How amazing. They had Olave. They had
somebody by a creek.
They had
water.
Somebody buy a fish tank, bro.
Dak just threw a pick six after literally hitting a receiver in the chest to throw before that.
That sounds like somebody got some prostate issues.
I know.
That's cool, bro.
I think somebody just took the peanut rod, bro. I thought somebody took the peanut rod.
Hey, I shouldn't be laughing that hard. I shouldn't be laughing that hard, but I've been in urinals before, and I hear that exact same sound. I'm like, damn, brother, that sounds like a herb, bro.
Right?
Too much fiber for the Metamucil, bro. That's what happened, bro.
Always.
You want to know the other funny thing?
Oh, man.
Take of H2O, guys.
Yeah. High quality H2O.
High quality H2O.
That's all we need.
How old are you, son? 8, 9?
The prostate is the prostate issue is hereditary, though.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Well, I think it's hereditary and dietary.
We're going down the prostate talk now, huh? Like,
I'm just saying, like,
I think it's dietary too. It's dietary too, man.
Playoffs and prostates, baby.
Hey, did Boyer save his job today?
No.
Hell no.
That
Man,
fucker
that
better
dude
be gone.
needs to go.
No, he didn't. Trust me, he didn't.
They missed another damn kick? Seriously?
No, Josh Boyer, I think he's done. I think he's done.
Seen any indication on what day we might be?
No, I haven't seen the updated schedule.
I think they're gonna wait until the Sunday night game, and then we'll find out the full schedule.
Yeah, what's the full schedule?
No,
you're right. No, you're right.
They won't drop it just yet. Not until at least.
Buddy, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. What you said earlier, and they give us the Monday night game.
I mean, if you really think about it, if you're gonna put like matchup wise, that would probably be one of the good. That would be one of the like perfect opportunities for the NFL.
The marquee matchup.
Yeah, because it's a divisional matchup. If you get to a back,
every game we've had this year has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and so I believe that
Tua's not coming back.
That's the game Josh wants to, though. Josh said that. He said he said that after the other game. He said, I can see this. If they continue the way they continue, and I see us seeing them for a third time this year.
Yeah. So right
damn,
now,
he did say that, bro.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean,
right now, I'm looking
just
at,
like the NFL plan.
This is what it looks like right now, too, boys.
Because
this is what the AFC is. Just so you know, Chiefs get to bye. Bills, Dolphins, Bengals at Bengals. And then Jaguars
Bengals
at
Ravens
Chargers.
Or
Ravens at Bengals.
Ravens at
no?
Bengals.
It's
Yeah,
Ravens.
no, Ravens.
Ravens
I
at
think
Bengals.
somebody
Ravens
typoed.
at Bengals. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, if you think about it, you could see maybe either the Dolphins and the Bills gets the Monday night, or even if they wanted to, Cincinnati versus Baltimore. That probably would be the
Cincinnati just
Monday
blew them
night,
out.
at least the Monday night game. Or do they put Miami
Jacksonville.
and Buffalo on the Sunday night window, the NBC game? Because remember, it's 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and then you got the Monday nighter.
I think, you know what I think they're going to put on Monday night,
Jacksonville,
boys? They're going to put that Jaguars, Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Very
Herbert versus Lawrence.
Herbert versus,
Yeah.
But I think equally because the Jaguars blew them out earlier in the season, right? So that's like a revenge game pretty much when you think about it.
Yeah, but it's
So-
also from worst to first, Jacksonville.
Yeah. Hey, Jacksonville clawed their way back into this.
I still think we can get a night game on Saturday or Sunday. I don't think it's
Sunday night.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I hope Tua starts so we can solidify that it's going to be a prime time game.
Boys, if the NFL is smart and is really about money like we think they are, they'll give us that Monday night slot to give Tua an extra day to get back. If they're really about that, if they're really about
That's
that
my
paper,
thoughts on it
if they're
too.
really about that paper,
smart.
they'll give us that Monday night.
Yeah,
Yep,
make sure
that's my thoughts on it as well. That's exactly what I was going to bring up.
Then they can sell, Tua's coming back. Can he make a special run? They're in the playoffs for the first time in the 26
Right.
divisional rival that they've already beat this year, and they almost beat in their house a second time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they'd be afraid of
That'll be the story.
on
national TV. Well, it don't matter. Well, any game's going to be national TV
Well,
in the playoffs.
But the thing is,
Right.
that if they do the Monday night, it's on ABC and ESPN, and most likely you're going to get Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call. Come on, it works itself. It does.
All right, we got to see. We got to see that, man. I think that'll work.
I think by either halftime or going into the fourth quarter of the Green Bay Detroit, that's normally when the NFL drops the schedule. So just keep your eyes peeled on the second half of Detroit versus Green Bay tonight, and that's when we'll officially find out what the league is going to do.
Did you see McDaniel's press conference?
No.
I was up
It
here
doesn't
live.
sound like he doesn't sound very positive about Tua playing.
All right, fellas.
Yeah, I'm going to end it right now.
Congrats,
Ball
we're
game.
in.
Give me your final thoughts. I'm going to end it now with final thoughts.
Well, if they didn't have any, they need to go do some soul searching over the next couple of days and find some toughness, because the playoffs is all about discipline and toughness. Dog eat dog. We are
Run the
here.
ball,
We've
run the
arrived, and everyone is waiting to see what we're going to do. There was a whole lot of hoopla around this team when they were 8-3. Bowing out in the first round of the playoffs is not the most acceptable turn, but at least making it to the playoffs is a step in the right direction. So I'm not going to be a negative Ned about any of this. I think this team still has a lot of growth, but they still have a lot of things left to be found out about themselves internally, and they can do that in this run through the playoffs. You win the first one, it makes you that much more solidified, and people have to respect you. If you want it, you got to earn it, and the only way to do it is to go out there and punch people in the face and take it. So
100%.
that's my thing.
100%.
All right.
Appreciate you, ball game. We'll talk to you, brother. Mike,
Oh, yeah,
your
for
final
sure.
thoughts.
Real simple. Honestly, in my book, Dolphins achieved their goal right now on like the bare minimum side, which is make the playoffs for me. If we win this next game, which I hope we do, praying that Tua plays, it's going to be a huge win of a season. Definitely a lot of things to look back at and improve on, especially from both the coaching side and front office side. But hey, I'm just super proud of this Dolphins team. After 6 years, we're back in the hunt and ready to rock. Fins up.
Russell, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I'm happy we made it. I'm glad that we get an extra week of football. Tua plays, I'm going to feel a whole lot more confident in the game. Hats off to Jason Sanders. Hats off to the defense for playing as well as they did. Mike McDaniel actually, for the most part, coached a pretty good game outside of a few things. But, I mean, fins up. I'm just glad that, they got through it and worked through it, and Skylar didn't make any major mistakes, and did what he had to do to win the game. So hats off to him too.
Are you serious, Pyro, with the Changali? Pyro, your final thoughts.
We have to bring back the OG Chan Gailey as our coordinator. Let's go, man.
Pyro, lower your voice. Lower your voice.
I have not. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was betting against we were losing, but
I know you were.
Yeah, sorry, but I didn't think we was gonna win, and that's money down the drain for me.
All right, Pyro Pete. King Z 305, you're up.
I'm actually very happy about this win. Finally,
Exactly, Rhino. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Watching this team finally make the playoffs. I actually graduated high school and college before this team actually made the playoffs again. And hopefully, hopefully Tua plays, because then I'll actually have some confidence in us going against the Bills. All in all, fins up.
Martin, he's the man. Let us know what's up, bro.
Hey, shout out to Ed Orgeron for coming up on the panel with us, man. I appreciate you.
Pyro Pete.
I'm just playing, man. Hey, look, we, no matter how we got in, man, the Dolphins got in. Thank goodness they got in, because the narrative, if we don't get in, would have been fire everybody, clean out. At the very least, we can eliminate that because we made the playoffs. But I'm telling you right now, if Teron Armstead shows up, if and when Tua shows up, I can see Mike McDaniels putting together a game plan to shock the world and take out a Buffalo team that's playing, everybody can see it, motivated football, bro. If we can find a way to go up to Buffalo, Orchard Park, New York, and get a win, I'm telling you right now, the next week is going to be against the Kansas City Chiefs, and Lord knows what can happen if we go in on cloud nine, ready to play anybody. So and it's going to be a Tyreek game, exactly. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen, man. But I'm glad we got in regardless. So,
bro, if we can get Tua back and we walk into KC with Tyreek, oh my God,
that's what I mean.
Michael Fletcher, you're up, bro. Final thoughts.
It's been an incredible season. Thank you, Reason. Thank the Phinside for the entire year. You guys are amazing, killing it each and every week. And like you guys have been saying, today is a great day. The Miami Dolphins off to the playoffs. You know what? Like we said, whatever happens from here on in, it's just extra. It's just gravy. Now focus on Buffalo. Focus on that Super Wild Card weekend, and hopefully we'll be back here celebrating our trip going to the divisional. So, there you go.
You're too optimistic, bro.
Shut up, Pyro.
Why the hell not?
Shut up, Pyro.
Too optimistic. Stop.
Why the hell
Pyro
not?
Pete.
If you drive,
quiet down, Pyro. Quiet down over there, Pyro.
Pyro Pete, check your pulse. All right, Robert. Final thoughts, buddy.
Oh, geez. Pyro Pete, please go back in your hole.
Yep.
Stay in your hole. Don't come out of your hole. You aren't allowed till we're officially done.
Listen to me. Listen.
Shut up.
Yeah, can I stick a gag in your mouth just like it should be?
That was dead on right.
Oh
He
my
likes
God.
that, bro. He likes that.
I don't care. I wouldn't have to hear him when he cries.
You're talking Pyro's talk.
like fishing.
Like that type of shit.
At least take me on a date first, man. Come on now.
At least buy him a cheeseburger, Robert.
At least feed me.
At least
I'll give him a fry from McDonald's. He's not worth a cheeseburger.
Hey,
Not
Oh,
even
that's
the boy,
cold.
Pyro.
You
Not
give
even
me
the
a
boy.
bag-
That's
basket-
cold, man.
Give me a basket full of real lobster.
And he's giving you the fries. And he's giving you the fries that are at the bottom of the bag. He ain't even giving you one out of the.
No, that's
one
not
out of
even.
the container.
That's not even enough.
Like,
Crispy
I'll
ones
take
that are
that for
overcooked and burnt.
Oh, the bottom ones at the bottom. I know the thin ones. You overdone.
Oh my goodness.
All right, final thoughts.
No, for real. I hope Tua plays next week. I think we know a lot more about our team after this game, but it was an ugly game, and we need to play better still.
Yeah.
But we're in, and it's the first time in a long time. I wish we went in dominant, but I don't feel like we are. And hopefully I'm way wrong. It's kind of where I sit.
All right. And next up is, oh yeah, we already did him. Thank God. King, I already did you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ron, you're up, and then Rhino.
Okay, so one thing everybody seems to be overlooking is that in the playoffs, you win with a running game and defense, and that's how we won today.
Yeah.
And we beat a top 10 defense doing it that way.
Yep.
You know, just making the playoffs. It's a new season. I would love to see us go up to Buffalo and run the same game plan New England did in that win game, and throw the ball 3 times and beat them on the ground.
Yeah. Defense on the ground.
Defense and running game. It's amazing. You go on some of these other platforms, and Skyler won the game for us. This was a total team win.
Yes,
Skyler just managed the game, and the way people used to shit on Tua for managing games, but it got us to win. He didn't turn the ball over. He did what he had to do, and he made plays when necessary. So, props up to him, and props to Jason Sanders, and coming through when we needed him.
Clutch kick, right? Clutch kick.
And,
Finally.
And I just think I'm happy for the fact that we are not going to blow up this regime. I hope, because we're in the playoffs. Because as I've said a million times, you know, every time we do this, the definition of insanity. We do the same thing every 3 years, and nothing changes. So, Mike McDaniel had a hell of a year. I'm tired of hearing about Dable, first year head coach in the playoffs. Well, so do we.
Boom.
Let's go.
Damn.
Let's go. And he did something Brian Flores never did, so I ain't trying to hear Brian Flores is that name ever again.
That's right.
Finished over 500 and we got to the playoffs. I ain't trying to hear it.
Exactly.
And he did it with an injury-riddled roster.
Buddy, and he did it with like its number 3 quarterback, so I ain't even trying to
Twice.
hear nothing.
And with a
makeshift O-line. And with a makeshift O-line.
In a worse losing
streak, a lot of
too.
mistakes, but it's a learning experience for him.
Exactly.
He's a very intelligent guy, I'm sure. He's going to learn from this year, and we're going to get better. A second year in this offense, I can't wait to see.
I can't wait. It might be historic.
But let's give them props. They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
TCB
taking care of business, baby. Let's go.
Let's be honest. Beginning of the season, if we said we won a playoff game, that would be a successful season, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, we still have that in front of us. So, you know, we raised
Mr. Orgeron, you are always welcome on this panel, man. Because let me tell you something. I know you're supposed to be rooting for Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson and all those LSU guys, but for you to come up here and rep with the Dolphins, man, we're very heartfelt about that, man. You're always welcome up here, brother. Thank you, man.
Somebody put that on there because of my voice, but But I think that we raised our own expectations, kind of like we did the first year or second year with Flo. But you know, the fact of the matter is, we finished the job. We did what we had to do. We're in a tournament. It's a new season, and let's just be positive.
Let's enjoy it and let it just ride out, man. Let's let it play out, basically.
Positive vibes bring positive results, guys.
Exactly.
Fins up.
Right.
Agreed.
Fins up, man.
Good stuff, Ron. All right. The homie, the returning Rhino Sith. What's going on, brother?
There he is.
What's up,
there
guys?
he is.
Happy playoff.
What's up, man?
Happy playoff day, guys.
Hell yeah.
Happy playoff day.
Great day to be alive.
Go ahead, Rhino.
If I remember correctly, most people for checking off for a successful season was to find our quarterback, number one. Okay. To make it into the playoffs. Those were the two main ones. And the gravy was to win a game. Okay.
Yeah.
My thing is this. We ended the season really badly. Okay. We get that. Shit happens. I don't know if I can curse, Reason.
You can. Go. Let it ride.
The thing is, things happen. Okay. But we fought through it. And we did what we did today with a third-string quarterback that looked like total crap. Okay, I know we played against a bad team, but
he was better.
That defense isn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there third quarter. I'm like, we're done, we're cooked, right?
He was as red as a tomato.
But all I know is we made the playoffs. This team has no expectations. They have no pressure on them. If Tua and Armstead come back, they can do whatever they want.
Let's go.
Because it's successful. Yeah. Everyone's keeping their job. They did something that the other guy couldn't do with all of his hoopla behind him. Okay. We may not have done it with who we wanted to with Tua, but that's coming. I still think the team that played 6 in a row, 5 in a row, whatever it was, winning, that is our team. And I don't think anyone wants to play us.
I agree.
Especially now that we have no expectations, no pressure on this team. Anything could happen. They could get blown out, or they could just go on a run. All I know is we made the playoffs. I'm happy. It's been 6 years. It's a hell of a long drought. Go Fins.
Let's go, man.
If Tua and Armstead come back, nobody's going to want to play us.
I know. If Tua and Armstead, if we can get both those guys back this week, oh my.
Gotta get them.
It's on. It's on.
Yeah, we need Armstead even if you're going with Teddy or Skylar, because I think if Teddy's pinky's healthy, I think they'll go with Teddy over Skylar.
I agree.
Right.
They want the experience, yeah.
Yeah. And anyone saying Skylar won us this game, stop that. Ron nailed it. That was listen. Hold on a second.
What maniac?
We scored 11 points, and 2 of those were from the defense. So let's
go on any other platform. You'll hear a bunch of idiots saying that.
Oh my God! The guy, are you serious? The guy was 20 of 31 for 152 yards.
The only thing he didn't do was turn over the football. That's it.
He held the ball way too long.
The guy averaged 4.9 yards per completion. What are we talking about right now?
Anybody who says Skylar won this game for us, the only thing I can respond to is cocaine is a hell of a drug. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Let me tell you.
And you got an agenda because that was the definition of a team win I've ever seen.
Because God forbid if Tua puts up 21 points. Oh, fuck, Tua didn't do enough. He should have.
Exactly.
Or the game manager narrative too. You know, everybody was shit on him. Oh, he's just a game manager. Yeah, okay.
We'll let that slide, man. We got Buffalo next. Let's get it, man.
But can I say this?
You know what time it is.
Can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
People should be promoting that it was a team win. People should be over the moon that it was a team win. We came together as a team when it mattered the most, and we won and got into the playoffs.
And you got to win ugly sometimes. You got to win ugly sometimes in this league.
Yes.
Against a team that wants to spoil it.
Yeah, that had every reason to want to spoil it. Yep.
And our number one rival that has always been there to spoil us.
Playoffs. All right. Playoffs. I will be live tomorrow night. We'll recap this. I mean, I'm sure we'll be talking about the game coming up, an update with Tua. Tomorrow night, I'll be live. And, we'll be recapping. We'll be talking about a lot of it. We got a lot to go over this week. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out.
As we do.
Listen, Fins up all day, every day. Wear your colors prideful today. It only took 6 weeks, but you finally can. Wear them pridefully. Fins up. Let's go win a playoff game now, all right?
Let's get it, man.
Guess what, Buffalo, there's roasted Bill on the menu when we come for that ass. Let's go, baby.
Peace, man.